Hello, people watching on YouTube. We've been streaming for a good 50 minutes now, but I forgot to start recording. So don't worry, we haven't done a lot. Actually, this is all we did. We just laid down a couple of power lines here, some roads, and we're basically establishing our bus depot. And well, after this, we're going to start adding some bus lines pretty much throughout Nydal, at least the first set of bus lines. So yeah, welcome. Like I was telling my chat a second ago, this is why you want to tune into a live stream as opposed to watching the VOD, because I may forget to record a big chunk of it. Actually, this is the first time this happened, so it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, let's do this. Let's get some concrete here, make it all industrial looking. These jagged edges I am not too concerned about. Actually, here's an idea. Let's do that. Let's grab a fence. Let's grab an industrial fence at that. Man, I wish that this was off by default all the time. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that, which doesn't look super hot, but it's okay. And we're gonna do that. And we're gonna do that. And I think the power line technically should like be on the sidewalk, not really inside of the property. Actually, we might be able to improve this by doing something like this. There we go. That's not too bad. So this back part will probably be the sort of the employees' parking lot, and then right here in the front is where we're actually going to have the buses, maybe? Let's see. Actually, we can bring this closer. That no, this is not ideal. I think it's better if we keep it this way. So this wall, sorry, I keep changing my mind. This is usually why you don't see when I'm recording the time lapse, because I do all these changes all the time. But it happens so fast that you don't realize. So there's a lot of back and forth when it comes to designing these things. Let's get rid of this node. That's another thing that bugs me a lot with the current state of City Skylines. At least modded City Skylines is that you have to click on everything like 5 times because it doesn't recognize your click because of how slow everything is. By the way, I've been actually, I don't know if I should be saying this yet, because it's kind of a thing for PDXCon. But I've been working on, speaking of other projects, I've been working on another map that was created by someone. Well, actually, I haven't started working on it, but like I was trying to come up with ideas, because I am going to build on that map for like a special thing. And it's obviously a much smaller city, and it runs so much faster. Oh my god, it's like super, like everything is smooth with like amazing 20 frames per second. Yeah, it's great. Hopefully you'll probably see that video in about a week and a half if everything goes well. And by the way, I might stream Nydal again next weekend, because I don't think I'll have time to put videos, like maybe next Saturday. That will be like my last day before I have to go to Germany for PDXCon. So yeah, let's get this going like this. Just roughly. Actually, we don't need to go all the way there. We can just do this. Sweet. Do you play Prison Architect? I've played a little bit of Prison Architect, but the graphics are like the art, I guess, more than the graphics. I don't know. It wasn't as polished, so it's like, eh. Like it wasn't not a fun game, but I don't know. I like more eye candy things, and Prison Architect is not that. And that whole sub genre of games, it seems like they're going for like this super top down, which I wouldn't mind like going for like a top down aesthetic. It's just the polish of the games and the font choice. I think that's what killed me. Like they use like a can't remember exactly what it was, like Verdana or something like that. It's like, oh dude, come on, just put like get a better font. Yeah, I stopped doing a lot of things that have terrible font choices, like in real life. I wouldn't choose specific brands of cars because they have terrible fonts. Like cars that I really like, but like there's no way that I'll be sitting behind the wheel looking at that ugly font UI in the background. That's my life. That's like, yeah. How about 2 Point Hospital? I've seen some footage of that, but like I haven't tried it. My time is like so limited in general. I know everyone says this, but like we have so very little time in life that you have to make it count, man. And if something like there's so many games that I could be playing or experiencing or things like that, if you don't choose appropriately, then I don't know, feels like kind of a waste of time. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I wish that I could see this road. Maybe we should temporarily convert it to this. Actually, hang on. What if I just do this? Is there a better one that transitions? Yeah, this is cool. Hang on. There might be something in here. I love playing with these like road segments. You gotta love designers and their fonts. Yeah, dude, fonts are huge. I feel like they're more appreciated these days than there used to be. But man, I would like not go to a restaurant because they have terrible font choices. I see that as a sign of their food in a way. And that might be not entirely true, but who cares? When people say don't judge a book by its cover, I will judge the crap out of a book by its cover. I will probably still read it, maybe, if I think it makes more sense. Wait, what's going on here? All of this should be at the same level. Why is there like a bump there? Probably because I need to terraform this. This is probably the flattest part of Nydal right now. There's nothing as flat as this. Okay, so now this is kind of borked. Where's the other? Can't even see these things. There we go. What's the Alex Road Tools for? So, couple things. So, Net Picker allows you to, like, if I click here, like, oh, what is this road? I want to reuse it again. I don't know which area in the menu it is. So I can click on it, and it will, like, select it for me. So now I can lay down this specific road. I can pick, for example, this one, and same thing. right? So that's one of them. And he has a lot more. I only have a handful. The one I use the most is this one, which basically, so you have this segment right here, and let's say you want a node in the middle. So you go here, and boom, now you have a node in the middle in between these two things. And this one allows you to remove nodes, which is also pretty cool. This one, I have no idea what it is. Oh yeah, this one is, I think it's like if you have this, like if you do this, something like that, and you do this and this, is that how it works? Yeah, I can't remember, but I think these two like create an intersection between two existing segments. And this one selects nodes and hit enter smoother slope. Okay, so this is a slope smoother. Let's see, let's try it. So what I don't know is, oh, okay, so you press enter. There we go. Okay, so this works just like Move It, but I'm used to using Move It, so. And I think there's, he has a few more that go into that menu, so you might be interested in checking them out. By the way, let's maybe turn this road into one of these roads. And maybe even this kind of road. And maybe do this. And that's a terrible, awful transition because there's a better version of that road that doesn't have that problem. Actually, what about this one? Oh, this one is just, yeah. So, okay, so this is why you want this mod. Because I know there's a version of this one that doesn't have this problem. And I think I've used it here. So I think it's this one. Yeah, you see it's in the highways menu. For some reason. So now I can just convert all of this. And the transition between one type of pavement and the other is now seamless, which is what you want. Cool. Okay. So we have this pretty large fenced area. Let's add some fun here. So this is literally my favorite decal of this entire game, which is concrete expansion joints. I wish there were more varieties of things, like maybe even larger ones, but I'll take what I can get. These are by Beer Monkey. I think I specifically asked him to create these back in the Sino days, and I've been using them ever since, and they're awesome. So this basically converts a large patch of concrete into something more realistic looking. If you never seen me use them before, you'll see them now. Maybe this one and this one. There we go. Try to like overlay them. And I tend to use the grassy ones. They're not like perfect, because usually grass sort of grows in between some of these expansion joints. If you don't know what expansion joints are, usually in large patches of concrete, for example here, like in real life, if you've never noticed them, now after this you're probably going to start looking at them, but concrete expands and contracts depending on the temperature. So if you don't put like material in between large chunks of concrete, when they expand, they tend to crack. So usually when they're, paving a road or something like that, they have, I don't know if it's tar exactly, but, and by no means, I'm not like an engineer or anything like that. But the gist of it is that when the concrete expands, if you have like a rubbery substance on the edges, then the whole plaque can expand and like wiggle, and it doesn't like force the plaque next to it and it cracks. So yeah, that's basically how it works in a nutshell. So and I try to come up with like interesting patterns that are not necessarily like super like symmetric or anything, just for extra realism. Like for example here. And they're also not perfectly aligned either. I think those imperfections make it look a little nicer. All right. So now, because I have all these broken things here, let's add some cracks. And because these by default are a little extreme, you can select them and with move it and shift page down and then a little bit of page up without shift. You can just have them be, you know, like you can sort of lower the opacity. And that's good. Let's try to like align a few of these here. Maybe rotate them so they look a little bit more random. And while you have these, now you can add some tufts. And while you're at it, you might as well just add some extra cracks. Because, you know, obviously, even though they have concrete expansion joints, they still crack. Just a mixture. I don't really... It's so easy to overdo this, by the way. Tend to add cracks where like they're maybe not as seen as much. Also, because this is a bus depot, this would be pretty common. Just have some oil stains coming out of the entrances there. We should probably add some decals for hash lines and things like that. Except these are a little bit too extreme, but maybe just here. Nothing too fancy. See if I can align these two decals a little bit better. There we go. So bus, no, not bush, bus. And we want props. And these ones are the Lions City. So I think these are the Man's Lion City. I think these are the ones that we're going to have to use because these are the ones that we have props for. What is shift doing in Move It? Yeah, so, sure, sorry, I should explain. So in Move It, you have, let's see, let's put down, I don't know, like a quick building, like a police station. So in Move It, if you select the building and you page up, it raises it in a specific increment. If you hold shift and page up, it raises it in like much larger increment. And if you hold control and shift up, it shifts it in like a very tiny increment. So it's like a clutch, basically. Shift and control are a clutch, so you can like raise up and down in a higher or lower capacity. All right, so bus. Actually, should put down some signs here. I don't know, maybe we need a bus stop here. Actually, I don't know if we need a bus stop here. I do want to add some parking spaces here, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get these buses in place. They're all white, unfortunately, because I don't know if that's the color of lines that I want, but I don't think we have a choice, unfortunately. But it should be fine. It should be okay. Do we want to like clip it through? I wish that one of these doors was open, but that's all right. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Actually, let's place a bunch of, are they actually different in any way, shape, or form? They're kind of different. Okay, that's good. So I want some variety here. So let's space them out, copy all of these, and now paste them. And of course, we're gonna wrap around this curve here. Also, we're gonna delete a few of them. Delete, there we go. Something like that. Maybe they should be a bit more spaced out, at least these set ones. And let's grab some oil stains that I should have somewhere. Pretty sure, not these kind of oil stains, but also not that. I guess these sort of work too, but like that's not specifically what I was looking for. I wanted the I thought I had them, like the little like oil stains from trucks and buses and things like that. Huh. I guess I don't. Really? Also, what's the shortcut to making this big? No, not that big. I want to go, is it shift? Oh, there we go. I don't know what I did. I think it just scrolled. Yeah. Oh, you just scroll over this thing and it just increases the size. Good. So we have a lot of really interesting decals here. By the way, let's add a manhole somewhere. That's usually another good one to like break the monotony of things. Yeah, none of those. Puddles, I don't think we need puddles. Oh yeah, I wanted some of these. Something like that. Actually, let's get some tire marks. Or skid marks in this case. Usually I would put like 1 or 2 so that they're a bit more apparent. But suddenly this bus depot is alive. So I think I'm gonna leave this part as it is. Use them by the entrance, so you do have them. No, I mean not this ones. If you're referring, I mean like literally just like that little stain that's on the floor. I had it on every project, but I guess, I mean, I can't find them here, so I guess I didn't ever had them here. Let me quickly take another look, but yeah, it doesn't seem, I guess we need like something like that. Yeah, it's not here. It's okay. It's fine. It's sort of fine. Let's add some potholes. Some UK potholes. Because there's very unique potholes in the UK. Okay, so parking. I want to add some of these guys. Oop. Let's see. Kind of like these ones, but yeah, this is the one I want. Okay. So I want to leave a bit of a gap between the parking space and the building. So there's you can think of it as having like a sidewalk so that people can actually walk there. It's not gonna have a ton of parking. I guess bus drivers can ride a bus to work. Ironically. Let's get some bollards in here. Maybe not these ones, but let's do this. Man, I hate that Anarchy is off by default in Propline Tool. So many things. Let's bring this down. There we go. Okay, so those bollards in place. Let's select them all. Want to make them like really shallow, like right kind of coming through the ground. We're gonna need some concrete expansion joints as well. So let's try to match it to the actual parking spaces. Everything is kind of like skewed off to the side, which makes it harder for things to look right. But we can have some like that, and then tire marks. Something like that. We can have some cars just park here for a good measure. Bus drivers with their Holies, of course. Just a handful there. And this thing, I don't think we need to have this. I mean, this perhaps, but there we go. All right, that's not too bad. So, I think I can keep going forever here. Oh, you know what we need? We need some lights, and then we're gonna start adding the actual lines. And I know chat is going pretty fast, and I'm kind of been focused on the build, but I'll take a look at what you guys are saying in just a second. Do I search for a light? This one is a bit too extreme. Something that looks a bit more industrial without using the vanilla lights. This one is interesting. Does it actually work at night? Because a lot of these props don't actually work at night. This one does, so that's good. So what if I can just have it be... maybe not so perfectly aligned to everything, but maybe there. Rotate it. Like something along those lines. And then we can just put this one right there in the middle, and perhaps this one here. There we go. Now everything is properly lit up, so they can continue to function at the wee hours of the night. Also, for whatever reason, when you add lights, it just makes it like, gives it a more like industrially sort of look that just helps it go further. Where are you in Scandinavian countries or near Scandinavia? Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark. Where are you? Oh, where are you? Okay, now I get the question. I've only been to Sweden twice last year. No, I don't mean the oil stands by the garage door, guys. I mean like the black ones, like old oil stains. These are new ones, I guess. You've probably seen them before, or at least seen me use them before. Okay. Small electrical boxes with outlets for buses in order to not deframe battery while it's turning the depot. Are these actually electric? Man, these are like super detailed. Holy crap. I mean, they look pretty new. Lions City. Yeah, I guess there's no charging infrastructure for these buses. Do I have anything like that? I mean, I guess I have some electrical boxes. We could just fake charge them. By the way, electric buses are like coming in hot. Like there's so many cities around the world that are like slowly moving, but not slowly, like pretty fast moving their entire fleet to electric. It's pretty exciting. Like what if we did this? Nope, go away. There we go. Oh man, I put a lot of them one on top of another. There we go. Maybe we can have them every 2 buses. So like, let's put it here and then we put it here. So this box can serve 2 buses at the same time. And then we put one here, another one here. And so on and so forth. So these spots are like not being used right now for charging, but that could work. It's a nice little addition. Your city has had electric buses for years. Well, that's awesome. Good for your city. LA, I love how LA has the nation's cleanest fleet written on them because they're using GNC, which is compressed, not GNC, CNG, compressed natural gas, which it's cleaner, but not really clean. But I think literally 2 weeks ago, I think they approved, at least for LA, they approved whatever the plan or the budget to start moving the entire fleet to electric, which is pretty cool. And some cities around the area in Southern California, or just throughout California in general, they're slowly adopting electric buses. And they're all like being powered by solar for the most part, so that's good too. All right, that's probably good enough for this bus depot thing. Waterboy, how's it going? A trucking company I work for is currently using CNG. Oh, you said DMV. Oh man, if you're using DMV, that's not good. Anything that's related to DMV is usually good. LA is the cleanest city in the world. Yeah, it is pretty clean compared to other places I've been to, but I wouldn't say it's the cleanest city in the world. Okay, so we have this in place here, which is pretty nice. Let's actually start adding some bus lines, because that's what I promise everyone. And I'm not delivering. So, because I haven't done this in forever, I wonder... Let's see. I think we want a bus line... So this whole area is being underserved right now. And... should we add maybe like a cross line or... Okay, let's do this. Let's start with a line that connects the station or the industrial area with the ferry terminal here. Or sorry, the cruise terminal here. So it will go, basically, it will cut through the city in half. That will be our first line. So let's begin right here at the end. Can I actually add a bus line here? I can. Nice. All right. So we definitely want to stick to main thoroughways. I don't want to have buses running in residential areas, but I think... So hang on. The next, there's a tram stop here. So I guess we can keep these two sort of together. That way people can transfer one from one means of transport to another. We can add another one there as well. And right here, I think it will be faster if we take this avenue as opposed to going through the middle of the city, even though there's a higher chance of other people using the buses. But I don't want, I mean, there's already a lot of traffic here, so maybe this is where things sort of branch out. So, ooh, what? Why do you have to do that entire loop? Excuse me? Like what? Why? Oh, cause wait, this is confusing. Cause if you're here, you need to like be on the other lane to be able to make a left turn. But this is a one-way street. This should be like a no-brainer. Everything here is a one-way street, game. So if you were wondering why I don't do this kind of stuff, it's because of things like that. I don't get it. Why is this a thing? Maybe I need to like edit with yeah, with the lane thing. Oh, because this is maybe reserved for trams, perhaps? No, that shouldn't be it. I mean, this should be like that. And like that, right? And I guess you can only go this way, so that's fine. Let's see if that fixed it. I somehow doubt it, but let's see. So we click here. Oh, okay, no, that worked. But I mean, that should have been the default. Like, fine, it worked. It's totally fine. So I think we can set the next stop here. Basically every other block. The next one could just be there. Actually, maybe not there, but like here, there's a much larger block for buses to stop, even though it's kind of closer to the previous one, but that's probably better. Actually, you know what? No, let's put it here and then the next one there. Cool. And now we're funneling a lot of traffic into here, so maybe this should be a mass transit only kind of road, even though it's kind of a major road. Or we can go through here, because we don't have that many options, unfortunately. The way the roads are laid out, it's pretty limited. No, I kind of want to stay on this one. You know what? Screw it. So the next stop will be perhaps, I guess we kind of need one here. And then the next one can just be right there. These are spread out enough. That removes some parking, but it's okay. So then you enter the tunnel. You go into the tunnel, and can I add... Oh, I can't add stops there. That's cool. Okay. So I can add a stop there. And this is where I wanted to maybe start coming back, right? That's like pretty straightforward. Do we want to go into the industrial area? I guess we could, but this is mostly for tourists. So I don't want tourists to like have to go here before they get transferred to the ferry terminal and vice versa. So maybe not. Do you usually actually visually make the bus stops or make bus lines first and then so far I've only like aesthetically created bus stops, not really like actually used lines yet. But I don't know. I rarely detail bus lines or bus stops. Whatever the default design is like pretty decent. I mean, there's just like a little sign. We can add like a little shelter or something, but for the most part, I think works fine. I can go through the residential area every once in a while, the bus stops. I mean, I want to have some like local bus lines for locals. In this case, I think I just want this line for like tourists. So they can get from the station to the ferry terminal in like one go. So let's just mirror the stops for now, and then we'll add we're gonna add a few more stations, don't worry. This one, I guess we can add on this side. Something weird happened here we should probably fix. Add another stop there, perhaps a stop here, kind of staggered. Right below we go across bridge. This one can be after there. Or not. And do we want an extra one here? I don't think so. I think it would just loop around. All right, so we have our bus line, the first one. Let's see what happens. Let's go back to our depot and let's take a look, because there should be buses spawning out of here. So let's start the simulation. Not sure I want to keep that color. I might change it maybe to white. There we go. Oh, hang on. We need to get rid of these things. Biofuel. School bus. We don't need school bus. I think these guys are okay. And yeah, let's just maybe keep them all white. Not perfectly white, just like a little dull gray, something like that. That way they don't look as bright in the sun. And off they go. Yeah, I know I can change the buses, but I kind of like those. I mean, so far the ones that are spawning are mostly okay, so I'm not super against them. I love how this car is just parked there in the path of our buses. So let's take a look at the wait times. This is the thing that I'm like interested in. Let's see how many people actually use this particular stop, because it's kind of a ways away from the station, but I think there's going to be some usage of this relatively soon. So here comes the first bus, which I'm guessing it's empty. If we go into the metrics window, right now nobody's using our buses. Can we make this small? Kind of. There we go. Apologies on the frame rate. Okay, so we have these many stops. It will take a little while before people like realize what's happening. Let's speed things up just a touch. But we should see some usage out of this line, hopefully. Thank you, Dominic. Much appreciated. Is there a mid which allows you which? I'm guessing you mean which as opposed to which. Allows you to change the colors of your props. What? Change the color of my props? Do you mean the color of the line? Like, oh, interesting. This is all right, so we have some passengers, by the way. I just noticed that. Oh, there's a mod which allows you to change the colors of props. Okay. Yeah, like the painter mod or something like that. Prop painter. Oh, it's a new mod. Okay. Interesting. So you're telling me that I can change this to a different color. For example, the Nydal yellow. How do they look in Nydal yellow? Stop, stop. Okay. Actually, not bad. This is not necessarily the Nydal yellow, but I dig it. Yeah, let's stick to that. Why not? Then maybe perhaps we'll change the color of the other lines. Where are the rest of the buses? I'm thinking maybe. Yeah, this road is kind of tricky because we only have 2 lanes and they're used by both cars, buses, and trams, and that could potentially be a problem even though traffic is pretty light at the moment. Yeah, it should be fine for now. If we have a lot of traffic issues, we might upgrade this to like a 4-lane something. Maybe ban cars. We could potentially ban cars on this road. Make it bus only or transit only. I believe Propane is included in the Move It mod currently. Select the props you want to change with Move It, but it's a separate mod. Oh, okay. So you can select things with Move It, but then... Oh, interesting. So like, I guess Move It has kind of an API now so that other mods can... So you can select things with Move It and then do things with other mods. I kind of like that concept. Interesting. Anyways, so we have our first line here. Let's just add a second one, because why not? Let's add one for locals. So, I guess we can have one that goes from this neighborhood all the way to the stadium, perhaps? Actually, let's add one from here to the stadium, which will be a pretty short line, even though it's going to zigzag through this neighborhood right here. But we already have a bit of a bus terminal that I put together. So this could actually house a bunch of lines. Also love how it wants me to like create it on the opposite side of what I decided I wanted to. So can I not add a stop, I guess? Hang on. Create a new line. Why can't I add a stop here? Oh. Wait. You can't exit this place? Excuse me? What does it matter? Is it because... Oh, maybe it's because he has parking or something like that? Let me double check. So it's a one-way road. Which now this road doesn't support that type. That's okay. What if it was that? Oh, it was trapped. Is that why it wasn't working? I think that's what it is. So create a new line. There we go. Okay, cool. So I don't want these cars to do the buses to do this. So maybe, kind of want to prevent this left turn. So if we add the next bus stop here, I don't want to add one here because it's so close to this one, but like maybe there. Actually, we can have one here and another one perhaps here. We'll continue this line in a second, but first let me actually fix this so that buses don't make this turn. So we're going to go into this menu. We're going to go here, and you're only allowed to do that. And you are fine either way, I think. So this left turn is now forbidden. I think that should work. So every single car needs to make a left turn here and then go through that road, or just continue straight. Actually, that means that maybe they start merging through the country club or something like that. They're still kind of making a turn there that I don't want them to. Yikes. Will we be playing Planet Zoo when it releases? It's unlikely, unfortunately. While I liked Planet Coaster quite a bit. Oh, something's different here. Rebuild. There we go. I don't know. I mean, you don't see me play Planet Coaster that often. Like, it's a fun game and all, but it's just not as fun as City Skylines. So, given my limited time, I have to, like I said before, prioritize the games that I play, and that's unfortunately not one of my priorities right now. Why is this being a nuisance still? What about this? No, this goes that way. I wonder if I remove this. Okay, now it updated. There we go. Just needed a minute. So click there. Click here. And one more stop there. Actually, this one should be perhaps... Let's get rid of this one. Put this one here. This one there. That should basically cover this entire area. And it's auto-saving. So we can then go to this area. We can like circumvent this. Or actually we can take this avenue. So let's put a stop here. Another one there. Another one here. Another one over there. And, oh, and we already kind of have a bit of an infrastructure here, so that's good. We can place this stop right here. I don't think we need 2 stops for the stadium. Just 1 should be enough. And then just for, so that everything is actually being used, we can have a stop there and then we'll go back the same way. So we could have a stop over here. Actually, you know what? Because I'm going to develop this area, we're probably going to need... I hate it when... like, I want to... do this. Do that. Do that. Now do this. Nope. That you're not supposed to do that. Again, why... why are you being like that? You can totally make a left turn here. What is the matter with you? Did I block this at some point? I probably did, right? No, I didn't. So you have to like specify everything, apparently. So I guess that's... what it wants. Let's see if that works. Still wants to like go around and go through like the pedestrian part. Like, what is the matter with you? So this one works fine. This one is not. So I guess we'll have to stop there. And then the rest is okay. It's so finicky. So we can have another stop there, another one's there. Basically, we're going to mirror all of the stops all the way back. Like so. Oh, and here it gets interesting because I don't want that there. So we have this one here. So we're going to go this way instead. And I guess we're going to have a stop here for the country club, which I doubt is going to take the bus. But there we go. So let's make this one same color. Sure, why not? They're all kind of Nydal yellow. There's a TMP option, so buses ignore lane turning limitations. Okay. I did not know about that. Should he... yeah, it should probably be in the settings, I'm guessing. TMPE. So maybe restrictions buses may ignore lane arrows. You know what? I'd rather like manually tweak it now that I know what the problem is, just so that I don't have any weird shenanigans happening. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Are there more buses coming out of our depot? Yes, they are. You can see them right here. There we go. You could block traffic on the pedestrian part. Yeah, I probably should actually, because I don't want any weird like traffic, like garbage trucks or police or something like that. So this is parking. Ban all vehicles. There we go. So that's taken care of. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, cars are taking the right way. This whole thing is kind of a mess, not gonna lie. Like, we have this tram that kind of cuts through here. It's not an ideal situation. This could have been a roundabout perhaps, but also kind of like interesting intersections like this. They would exist in real life, so yeah. What is the issue here? Oh, the issue here is that there's no tram lines of any kind. Oh, look at the people are using bus stops. All these people are gonna take the bus, I'm pretty sure. Or not. Really? You're not going to? Is there a way to actually click on the bus stop from here? No. I guess this woman is waiting for the bus. She's highly educated, obviously. Everyone else is not. So they're driving and are basically stuck in traffic now. Must be hard to drive in the city. It's not too bad. Okay, so let's add maybe one more bus line, and then we'll like do some expansion work. Does that sound right? Oh, by the way, so I completely suck at this, but I should probably point out the fact that here, I'm gonna stand out for a second. There's a merch that I came up with this design a couple of months ago now, and I've never promoted it. So if you are interested in getting a cool new design like this one. Here, let me pull it up. Oh yeah, I already had it because I remember that I was gonna promote it, but these two are new designs. So there's like a freeway interchange shirt that comes in many colors, and I think it ships pretty much worldwide. And then there's this one that I'm wearing right now, which is the Terraform shirt. I'll stand up again. Looks pretty cool. So if you head over to strictaustralia.com/store, you can get them. And yeah, there's other designs too, as you can see here. Plus the coffee mug that I have right now. Ping the Net can attest that is a good coffee mug. If it's in the chat, and also if this focuses, there we go. That's in focus. Yeah, there's like Miracle Mile shirts and things like that. So yeah, much appreciated. And also on strictaustralia.com, if you're curious about my equipment, you know, how I set up my streams and all that, you can just click on equipment, and for whatever reason the header of the page is gone. I don't understand why. But yeah, there's like a little diagram of everything that I have in front of me, even though I now switched this monitor to be on top, but the concept is all the same, and every piece of hardware that I have is down below. And all these are Amazon links, so if you click on them, there's like a little affiliate code which doesn't impact your price at all, but I do get a tiny commission from it, so it's not going to cost you any more money than if you did it otherwise, but at least you'll be helping me as opposed to giving that money away to Amazon, for example. So yeah, thank you. Hopefully you'll like them. I give I think Flux has one of these Terraform shirts, and B Schoolhausen has one of the interchanges one. You probably see them at PDXCon wearing them. I hope they wear them at PDXCon. Thank you, Cuboid, for the link. Any city with tram on car roads scares me. I didn't get my driver's license with tram. I don't know how to drive with it. I didn't get my driver's license in a city that had trams either, but I've driven through San Francisco a couple times, and it's just, you can think of it as a large bus. Like they still can brake if you're like there. To me, the biggest thing driving in cities like you know, like that have trams or like bus only lanes is if it's a busway that's only for buses or only for trams, that's great, that's easy. But whenever there's like time restrictions, so you have to start doing like reading a super tall sign that has a lot of math. It's like, okay, between this day and this day on like holidays, but not on work days, on the 5th day on the full moon of January, you can drive on this lane. But like, that's where I'm like, oh God. But if it's like always trams, always buses, or cars and shared spaces all the time, that's easy. So yeah. All right. Let's take a look at our mass transit here for a second. Let's see how we're doing. So this is Nydal in mass transit form. Except, so we have one bus line here. The other bus line is this one? No, this is the tram line. Wait, I'm missing a bus line. Oh, it's kind of like invisible because it shares the road with the other one. Okay, that's fine. So it's being used. Let's see this one. Yeah, this one is being used way more. This is one of our tram lines. This is another one. This is another one. So this whole area is not currently being served by any mass transit. So maybe we should add another bus line that starts here and maybe takes you to like this corner through this neighborhood. That will serve a much larger part of the population, or actually maybe even downtown. So we can go from here all the way to here, cut through here, and then end at this tram sort of intersection place. Yeah, exactly. Trams are just cars that run on rails as opposed to road vehicles that run on non-rails. If that makes any sense. Okay. So I want to sort of saturate this with buses now because I have this like little thing. And look at people are waiting for buses. There we go. That's pretty cool. I love how on brand these two are. This is so cool. I wish that Big Schoolhausen will finish this at some point, but he's super busy, so it's good. I mean, right now I could release it as it is, but it's so buggy. You can see how like it doesn't turn very well. I think we need to change the design of that, but man. And also like the bus stop props are like so on brand as well. It's like yellow and white. It's perfect. Freaking perfect. Okay. Bus line number 3. Let's add it here. And it's going to share most of the same stops. So that's good. Here it's going to make a turn. Yeah, I guess it's going to share this stop. And do we have like a large... I think this is the busiest thoroughway. So we can have a stop right here at whatever this building is. I think it's like a museum or something like that. Gonna have another stop there. Actually, not quite. Maybe a stop here and a stop here. There we go. Everyone's happy. Then a stop by the hospital. And actually, do we want to stop there, or do we maybe, you know what? I think here, instead of going to the hospital, we're going to make a turn here. So that's the stop for the hospital. And then another one there. Yeah, that should work. And again, same issue with the turn, so I guess we'll have to get that fixed. Wait, no, I also want them to go this way and this way. I don't think I actually need to select every single one of these lanes, but it's fine. So go back to here, click on that line, and now they can make a left turn. Actually, we can just have it match the tram stop there. And this one. Oh, this is interesting. We can have the buses sort of loop around this little place. I guess this works. I really, yeah, I don't know if I want buses, giant buses on this area of the city. Not that it matters all that much, but I mean, doesn't seem like we have that many options, unfortunately, unless they allowed some kind of a U-turn. Fine-tune transit lines. I think, I mean, it works pretty well just out of the box. You just need to like tweak a little bit with TMP, and then you're fine. Yeah, I don't think we have a choice here, so fine, let's just do it that way. So let's add the stops. Actually, maybe this one should be perhaps on this. Actually, this is a much larger block, so that's better. I'm trying to think like more than one bus sort of backing up and blocking intersections and things like that. So I'm trying to like play 4D chess here and like avoid that. Here, we have another one of these issues we should probably take care of. So yeah, maybe here. And now we're sharing, like, you can go straight there. What? Why are you like this? So we can have this stop, and we complete the line. And let's make it yellowish once more. There we go. Let's fix those issues. Where were we? Here. So we can do that and this or that. And that should hopefully take care of the buzzes. Eventually, I think this is gonna update. Yeah, cool. Slim Gaming with a raid of 12 people. Welcome everyone. Holy crap, the pressure is on. For those of you who are just joining the stream right now from Slim's stream, yeah, we're adding bus lines into this City Skylines city that, well, it's part of a much larger series on my YouTube channel. So if you have never seen it, and if you're really into ultra detailed, heavily modded City Skylines, you might want to check it out. There's links down below. And in the meantime, just enjoy as I try to fight against AI path finding. Because buses try to like make turns where they shouldn't be making turns. Like for example here. So you can go this way, or this way. Yeah, I guess actually this one doesn't need to happen. There we go. And let's see if the bus lines are now smart enough. Yeah. Now you're allowed to make a turn. It's almost as if they're like too shy to like switch lanes to make a left turn, but yeah. All right, so now we're serving this neighborhood. I feel like we could have one, one extra bus line that maybe, oh, we have nothing serving this area. So maybe we can have one serving this whole area. Maybe all the way up to here, so like one big sort of, maybe even a loop, actually, now that I think about it. Just like a little circle, something like that. Talisman56 with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. Here, let's give you a quick little property in Nydal, which is also a great time to remind. So this will be. Let's add this. So this is the Talisman 56 residence. There we go. I add the pound so that I know that I customized the name, just so you know. So now you have a riverfront property. How about that? What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So if you become a sub during the stream or at any given time on my Twitch channel, and if you have your Discord channel, if you become a sub on Twitch and your Twitch and Discord accounts are linked, you can have access to my private, well, I have a public Discord server that has a private channel. And on that private channel, I usually post videos before they're released on my main channel. So basically you get early access to my videos. So if you're interested in that, make sure to link everything up. And if you have any questions or anything, you can just ping me. I'm pretty much active on Discord or Twitter. That's also like where I'm the most active, actually. I have open DMs, so feel free to message me about anything. I said that I was going to add one more bus line, right? Yeah. How are we doing, actually? Let's take another quick look. It's doing okay. It's not doing amazing, but I mean, Nydal is a pretty small city anyways. I honestly don't know what like good numbers could actually be. I mean, it's carrying as much as our tram network, which is not too bad. I mean, I guess in terms of tourists, our tram network is carrying more passengers. But yeah, our cruises or ships are carrying more tourists. I mean, that's not bad, I guess. These numbers are probably super bad compared to other people's cities, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's see. If I do, I could create like a line that connects downtown to this area, perhaps. But also we're not serving the industrial area, which is my biggest concern right now. So why don't we do that? Let's serve the industrial area somehow. Actually, I feel like I can just have one line that sort of goes around this area. Or maybe just cuts through the middle, because eventually we're going to have a campus here. So that's why I don't want to. This is why I kind of was holding off on adding bus lines, because all these roads are probably going to get like redone at some point. So yeah, maybe let's have it go through this neighborhood, which I doubt that this road is going to change because it's already there. But actually, I'm not sure. Oh, I know what we can do. We can start a line here. Like somewhere around here that just follows the coast all the way to here. And maybe then ventures into this area right here, this sort of parking lot area, and then back. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so let's actually begin like right here. So our first stop is probably going to be there. Our second stop is probably going to be there. Let's go this way now. For whatever reason, I muted the sound effects. There we go. Can I actually hear the sound effects? You can kind of hear the water. You can probably hear more of my computer fans in the background than the water, but that's okay. So here on this little commercial area, we can have another stop. Maybe, yeah, I guess we don't have much of a choice than to have a stop there. Ooh, here's an interesting stop that will connect to the ferry system that we already have. So we can have one here. So this is going to be... Sorry if I'm moving the camera all over the place, but it's kind of hard to not do that. I guess we can have a stop right there. And then another one right here, which will get rid of a lot of these cars that were just parked there. And here we're starting to climb up, which I guess is fine. But then we can come back. So we can have a stop there, and this is where we sort of loop around, I would say. And these are now going to be specifically mirrored, or could they be? I guess they could. Maybe we're going to have a stop there instead. Maybe a stop there. And now we mirror everything else. And all the way back. There's something super satisfying about just adding, like, completing the line and having them be like perfectly aligned to one another. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Complete line. Could you not? Okay, why? What is this? Why are you? Hang on, I think I screwed this up. Because this, okay, yeah. I think it's because it needs to go this way, right? So these two should actually be one way. That's the issue, I'm thinking. So let's see if we can actually fix that. This one is one way, this one is not. That's probably the problem here. So that one is one way, so that forces buses to actually go the other way. Cannot find path. Okay, maybe it's because of this. And let's see if that is the same thing happening here. I don't think I need to do all of this, but I'm just doing it anyways. Okay, let's try that once more. Click on the line. Okay, what is the matter with you? Like, if I do that, works. If I do this, works. Oh, is it because there's something here that is not allowed? Maybe like a one-way. Oh, yeah, this is like probably one way, huh? Okay. So we definitely want the entrance to be like this and all of these to go that way. So this is always the exit. And that, so it's always sort of going this direction. This are all going this way, and this is the exit lane. There we go. That should do it, I think. So we go there. There we go. Now we're talking. Let's make this yellow. Hangamir says, I really like your videos. They give me a lot of inspiration to make my own cities. One question, is there going to be an airport? Because usually watch on very low volume and do other things while watching. I don't know if there's going to be an airport. I've done a lot of airports in City Skylines. There's not a whole lot of room for airports in here. I might do something, but I wouldn't get my hopes super high. I really want to finish other things other than potentially adding an airport, unfortunately. But I have a whole series on doing a massive international airport called FBS that we did about a year ago. So if you really want to see me build an airport, that's literally just a whole series that's just an airport. There's so many new mods too these days to like and custom assets to make airports. Oh my god, so cool. Okay, let's take a look at this real quick. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of people using this, unfortunately. I think I want to replace these roads with something less fancy. Like perhaps this. Oh, I have these ugly vanilla buses now. Hang on, I need to actually work on that. Yikes. Tudor Neves, it's been a long time, I know. Welcome back. You broke the yellow line. They're all yellow lines. Which one did I break? I think they're all fine. Actually, we could move this stop here. So now we can like slowly have multiple lines sort of come into place. I really need to disable these vintage buses. Allow vehicle to spawn. They're cool, but like I don't want them in my city. I want modern vehicles only. And this is the vanilla looking one, which I also don't want. Remove driving. I wonder if this is actually having an effect on all of my lines. I hope it does. School bus is okay. Biofuel, I guess it's okay too. That seems to be working okay. Here comes another one. We have a very varied fleet of buses. Man, the frame rate is just abysmal. If I zoom out, it gets better. But like when I'm like at close enough resolution that it just not everything is in LOD, then damn, son. Okay. Let's take a quick overview of what we did so far. So the first line we started off was this one that went all the way from the cruise terminal to the train station, which I think is actually this one. You can see it sort of blinking right there on the screen. And then the second line we added was this one that connected this touristy peninsula to one of the ferry terminals across the stadium and a bunch of other neighborhoods. So basically this one right here. Then the third one we did is this one that takes you from the same peninsula all the way to the downtown area and basically reconnects back with a tram line. And finally, the fourth line is this one that kind of goes along the coast all the way to the train station, serving this little neighborhood, serving the industrial area, and for the most part serving this area right here. So I think we have a pretty good coverage for the most part. I mean, we definitely have quite a bit of usage, obviously on the line that runs through downtown. I think it's bus line 3. This is the second one that takes you to the cruise terminal, which also makes sense. And the least used is bus line 4, which is the one we just created. But it's okay. It will get up in usage as time goes by. While we're at it, why don't we add more buildings around here? Why don't we like decorate this whole part? Ideally, we can just finish adding houses pretty much throughout the coast, because that's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I don't know if we'll be able to finish this whole thing during the stream, but at least, you know, I wanna give you some variety of content. Why aren't the varying bus lines with different colors? Because usually when you go to a city, as opposed to, for example, the city where I grew up, which each bus line has a different color and a theme, which I always hated. I like when cities have like a branding. So for example, New York City, or I don't know, LA or London with the red buses. All of the lines, or at least all of the buses, have the red color, and that's like a pretty iconic thing. I prefer that as opposed to every bus being painted a different color. So because City Skylines paints buses based on the color of the line, I need to keep all of the lines in the same color, unfortunately. So I would have done it a different way, but that's just a limitation of the game. Or at least that's how the game was designed. I think you can get like assets that are not that don't change color based on the line, but that's I don't have them. Or at least I don't know. I mean, there must be some other mod that allows you to do that, but it's fine. You can hide the bus lines with the transport tool. The transport tool. Oh yeah, I could do this. Yeah, I forgot about that. It's okay. I feel like it actually, you could actually see what I'm aiming after. Okay, so I want to add some like little strip of commercial here. This will be sort of the edge of the, actually, you know what? We can get rid of this segment here. That gives us a much smoother transition between the roads. I feel like I need to add a few more of these. They're too spread apart. I guess we can keep them, you know, let's just add a few more. We don't necessarily have to remove them once we're finished with this. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to say. We could certainly add more notes. I wish there was an easier way of doing this, but this is already way easier than what it used to be, which, I don't know, some of these power lines you were not allowed to have them so close to the road. They will like not despawn, but they will be invisible. In fact, I still have quite a few that behave that way, which is kind of annoying, but we've come a long way. All right, cool. So we can put this one right there. And just add one extra tiny little segment there. Fan-freaking-tastic. These two could be closer to one another. Separated from that one. See how it looks. It's not too bad. I feel like this road is way fancier than the power lines there, but it's okay. We could actually maybe change this to something that's a bit more not as well kept. In fact, perhaps we can use one of these UK roads. And for that, why don't we go ahead and pick... we could do this, actually, right? This is kind of like a back road of sorts. And maybe it gets fancy as you approach this little mini commercial center that I'm about to work on. There we go. That's not too bad. Cool. All right. Where are them African cities at? I think I've seen people do African cities. Can't think of the top of my head, but I remember seeing screenshots of people doing African cities. So yeah, I mean, they're underrepresented, I'll give you that, but already so far I've done American cities, Asian cities. This is my first European project, so I don't know. You should probably ask $2.20. He likes doing new projects all the time. I'm sure he has plans for an African city at some point. Osara's Northern Africa. Oh yeah, you're right. There you go. In fact, yeah, I guess I was gonna say what was Silveret's town, but I don't think that was like Middle East. That wasn't Africa. I think it was Middle East. Forgot the name. Yeah, I can't remember the name. Damn. Okay. So let's get some buildings up in here. It's gonna be pretty straightforward. Actually, maybe not that dense. Something that's only a couple stories tall, like 2 tops. What is this? What kind of building is this? ATM? It's just like a bank of sorts? Sure, why not? Central Wine and Liquor. For those of you just joining right now, there's going to be a City Skylines video in about a week and a half. So 2 weekends from now, more specifically. That is not, it's not going to be Nydal. It's going to be something else. It's unfortunately, it's going to be a one-time thing. But for those of you who want me to build something slightly different, or like a different project than what I'm currently working on, or what I've been working on for the last year and a half now, you might want to stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe on youtube.com/strictosher. Link is down below if you're watching this on Twitch right now. If you're watching this on YouTube, you will probably already know where to subscribe. I don't have to tell you. And I feel like I'm missing some things here. You know what? It doesn't matter. We don't need to actually make them commercial. They could be anything. This one is a bit too tall. Like, why am I not allowed to put this there? Probably because there's zoning tiles on this side and not on this one. That's fine. I love this tool that allows you to align things to whatever thing you click it to. Let's duplicate this a bunch of times. It's a nice little street right there. We could have, let's see, let's put like, have you thought of doing Planet Zoo? I was just asked that a couple minutes ago. No, I'm not, I don't have any plans on playing Planet Zoo. Doesn't seem like that much fun, to be honest. Like, I enjoyed Planet Coaster, but because my time is limited, I try to play games that I really, really like. So that's unfortunately not that. Hang on. I feel like I have new things here that I haven't tried. Trade school path. A paved pedestrian path allows pedestrians to walk fast and easy where cars cannot go. What do you mean trade school? Library arts. What is even the difference? Just the benches? Well, fine. I'll just keep it like that. So let's find some hedges here for a second. In fact, we want to separate this industrial looking area. Something like that. I want to have some kind of separation between this residential and that. So that works. Maybe we should have like some kind of, not necessarily a school. I guess we can have elementary school. We don't have any, what's the closest school that we have? We have one tiny school here. We don't have anything around this area. We should probably add one. And this seems like a good spot for it. Perhaps not on this side, but maybe on this side. Does this even fit? Kinda does. We're obviously going to have more houses around here, so it's not going to be this random school in the middle of nowhere. Just give me a moment. This houses here are kind of problematic a little bit, so maybe these should indeed be alongside this road instead. Maybe a little farther back, and this school maybe should be facing the roundabout. So that could work, and then we can keep using some of these hedges to sort of limit the, or at least mark the property line. Perhaps this hedge should actually be sort of hugging the wall, even though there's that freaking swing set there. It's kind of out of place. I guess we can just correct it like this. There we go. That's not awful. Now this kind of got screwed. In fact, we probably don't need this anymore. As long as we're just blocking the view of the buses themselves, I think we're fine. Amar City, yes, and it's based on Bahrain, which I'm pretty sure Bahrain is not in Africa. Actually, wait, it might be in Africa. Hang on, I need to look this up. Is Bahrain near Qatar? Hang on, let's see. I know it's like an island. Bahrain is like an island. Yes, it's like immediately next to Qatar. So yeah, it's not in Africa. I am pretty sure. It's in the Persian Gulf. Now the question is this Asia then? I feel like there's like a gap there. I'm looking at the Wikipedia page right now. Here, let's bring it so that everyone knows what I'm looking at. And this is, by the way, come on, please. Thank you very much. So this is where Bahrain is. So I think Africa is, it's here, right? Like this is the limit. So technically that's Asia. Dude, it's exactly in front of Qatar. I don't know what you're saying. Like UAE is like down here. I mean, they're all like pretty adjacent, but like it's near Qatar. But like, so I mean, so I guess I'm guessing this is Asia entirely. Can I get the continent? Like borders? No? Really? Google Maps? Let's do this. Well, I mean, it says Middle East is a continent, and it's not. Yeah, clearly it's Asia. There we go. Okay, so that's settled. Let's get some trees up in here. And we can have a row of these trees in the back of the school. And now these buildings can have, let's get a fence. Yeah, maybe right around here. Is there a thing like a door or maybe a gate? I think I have like a tiny gate. Just something that marks like the end of the property line or something like that. And then we're gonna have something like that. All right, cool beans. And we can just generate concrete all around there. Maybe not so much there, but maybe there. There we go. Let's get some like maybe like flowers and things. Maybe not those specifically, but I know I have some interesting flowers that we can add. So that looks pretty good. And then we can add some like damaged concrete back here. Usually don't detail to this amount of detail, if that makes any sense. Because these things, like nobody will see them. But whenever I do live streams, why not? There's so many people watching right now that might as well, right? So let's de-intensify this just a touch. Maybe have some cars just randomly parked in here. Maybe at a 45-degree angle. There we go. And over here, I think we could use another fence, perhaps maybe a different one. Perfect. You know what we need here? We should probably make this roundabout just a little nicer. So there we go. Let's get rid of that notification. It's Eurasia, I guess. Yeah, but Eurasia is like a concept, right? It's not. I mean, I guess everything is a concept, but the actual continent is not. Hey, Talisman 56 came out like 30. Did I actually? I'm pretty sure I gave you a house, right? Forgot now. I think it was like one of these ones facing the river. Let me double check. I think it was like this one. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, cool. Want to make sure that I didn't forgot. All right, so we have this back here. Yeah, let's make this a little nicer. Try to rotate them to sort of follow the contour of the road. That doesn't look super hot. Let's get rid of a few of them. It would look nicer if it was just aligned with the building, I think. Sort of like that. I know it's kind of clipping through the bike racks, but it's fine. It is totally fine. Yeah, that's probably good enough. So let's make this little thing prettier. So flowers. Let's get some flowers in here. And we're going to mix it up with different kinds of flowers. And while we're at it, let's just add some leafy things. Nice. If I do say so myself, of course. Good evening, Harbo. How's it going? So we need like a fence or something here. Actually, we should probably add like a couple more houses, I think, or at least shops of some kind, but I think houses will be best. So let's get rid of this, and go into, I don't know, a type of house that ideally doesn't have like a back lot, that is just like, you know, cleaner looking. This is sort of vanilla-ish. I want something that's a little older looking, maybe something like that. These ones are a bit more modern, but I don't know, something along those lines. Let's bring them right up against the sidewalk there. Can't build on water. I know, I'm not trying to build it on water. Let's get rid of this extra pavement on the side. And over here, I guess we can add some bushes and leafy trees and things like that to sort of cover the imperfections. Something like that. We should probably, kind of hate it when these houses sort of push the land. Casmore, thank you for the sub. Here, let's get you a cool building here. I guess we can add. We'll name a school after you, because you use your real money as opposed to Twitch Prime. Casmore's Elementary School. Awesome. Welcome to the stream. And by the way, if you have a Discord account and a Twitch account, you can link them together and access the private channel on my Discord server to get early access to my videos. And thank you very much again. So yeah, we're going to need to take care of this. And the only way I know how is by doing this, which is the terraforming network. So that should take care of that. I kind of want to have more than one house around this bend here. And also here. We need to add a couple more houses there as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. Yeah. So we need to switch back to Grobles. And I want to add some of these houses from the European pack. I think these are Avania's houses, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, let's just... Yeah, no, these are going to be aligned to this road. Which I guess I could just do this, right? No? It only works with buildings? Okay, fine. That's not what I wanted. Let's get rid of that and do this. This is some prime real estate right here. You have a house with a backyard on a river. Frigging awesome. In fact, this we could shorten a little bit. Actually, we can add a segment here. So now we can lower this down. If we turn snapping on, we could do a thing like this. So this sort of transitions into this sandy shore, which I think is way too sandy. We should probably get rid of some of this sand. No, that's not sand, that's oil. Or one of these. Come on, which one is it? I know it's not fertile. What is the sand? Oh. Yeah, it's definitely one of those. Okay, cool. So we can go into sand and maybe tone it down even further. See, that's a much nicer coastline, I think, in my opinion. Mr. Asgrass says, long-time YouTube fan here. Nice to catch you live. Well, thank you. Welcome, welcome to the stream. We're probably going to be on for another couple, I don't know, like maybe 30 minutes or so. Because I've been streaming for a good 3 hours now. So that's, yeah. Usually, I honestly, I can just keep going, but it's then... I end up with a lot of footage that I don't necessarily want to post to the channel, so I'd rather keep it short. And also have a lot of things to actually do around the house, so I'm going to have other types of problems if I don't stop the stream at a reasonable time, if you know what that means. I want to delete the houses as opposed to keep adding more. Thank you very much. I know I customized quite a few of these so that they don't spawn with the hedges, but it seems like I'm not having the best of luck today. Let's get rid of this. Yeah, this is interesting. There's a mod that whenever I hit B, like it changes. I think it's probably find it. Actually, let me see if I could fix it because it's so annoying. I prefer to delete things with the bulldozer as opposed with move it. But control space. No, there's no other shortcuts. There's another mod that uses the B shortcut for something. So when I press B, now I can like place this, which like I don't want that. Building anarchy. I don't think it allows you to build on water. Road anarchy, I think, allows you to build on water. It's a game glitch. The B key. Oh, okay. If you delete with move it, you cannot do. I know, yeah, and I do delete with move it a lot, but it's just like so many steps. You have to like hit M to go into move it, then select the thing, then I don't know if there's a shortcut for this. So you have to do this. It's like 3 steps where I can just like bulldoze, hover over a thing, and delete it. It's so much faster. But I do use move it from time to time to delete things. I think these houses are a little too... Especially this... God dang it. Especially this house is a little bit too big. But I do want to maybe use these types of more dense kind of houses around here. All right, let's arrange them accordingly. So let's see if we can find like a nice corner store or something along those lines. Like this. This is actually pretty good. So I could just arrange it like so. And then I can bring these guys in. This house will be slightly separated. I'm not going to use because you have that vanilla hedge that I am not a huge fan of. And we can actually do this. I feel like this house is now like in the way of the design that I'm going after, so I'm gonna get rid of it. There we go. So now we have like a little mini urban area around here that is gonna branch out and just sort of gradient from the density. Oh man, someone stole your father's iPhone. Is he okay? That doesn't sound fun. What you missed, we've been adding bus lines, and now we're working on this like little tiny suburban area with some shops and, for the most part, houses. We have a lot of demand for houses, so we should satisfy that demand as much as we can. We are gonna have to get rid of a lot of these trees, unfortunately. In fact, let's get rid of all of these trees, get some roads in place. Man, I really like this road asset. Let's do this. Let's go align everything in place. There we go. Let's do the same here. Any other segments? No. That's pretty nice, I think. There we go. That's an interesting layout. Kind of a great layout, but slightly broken. They got the thief on camera, but he's good. Just striking the phone now with for him. Wow. That's rough. Be careful. I wouldn't go after the guy, even if you have it on the iCloud map. I would contact the police. I don't know how effective the cops are in your area, but yeah, safety over phone. I would choose safety. Even though phones are pretty expensive, but all right, let's get some terraforming done in here. Make sure that everything is nice and flat and dandy. Actually, this road could just be a main road, main fancy road. Just so that we don't go completely like off brand. And actually I should be searching for Titan, I think, has a whole bunch of interesting assets, though these are a little bit too high density for what I want here. Let's see if he has anything that is not that high density. He also has some high density stuff. Definitely French oriented. Yeah, these are a bit too tall. I want no more than 2 3-star stops, but ideally just 2. Armesta, do you have a... I mean, I think I have quite a few things from you. Clearly not enough. Okay, maybe Rico? What do we have in terms of low density Rico? Not a lot. Everything is pretty big. What about commercial? Also not a lot. Okay, so definitely not Rico. Let's see. Blah 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 is everything. So yeah, we kind of have to stick to to growable here. I guess we can have like one of these shops. I really like this asset actually. So wait, let's move these row houses here, not road houses. Sherry's already on it. Cool. All right. I guess I can go a little modern. Yeah. I mean, this is technically a little modern. But, I mean, modern is not... I mean, modern European is just generic modern. I don't think there is a modern European that's just European. Like, for example, these houses... sorry, I thought I saw something else. Like, these houses... let's see. The, like, blocky sort of box type houses. Which I'm okay with. I feel like these kinds of houses. Yeah, I mean, they could pass for a European, but, I mean... You can find them, like, anywhere, right? See, how does this look here? I like having variety of architecture, by the way. I'm not opposed to be like, oh, like only classic stuff only. I mean, this looks like a reasonable road type thing. Should have a church with a little plaza. Yeah, I haven't had a church in a while. We could, like a little chapel, perhaps. Let's see, what do we have? So this one is like way too big. This one could work. This one we already placed. This one's huge. This one's bigger. This one's enormous. So is this one. This one I don't think we've actually added yet. So maybe this is what we could do. So we can have like a little plaza in the front and maybe like a tiny cemetery in the back. Or not, I don't know. Like, it wouldn't be the nicest thing to have a cemetery in the back of your house. I guess it doesn't matter all that much. Most of those bodies are probably not even there anymore, if you know what I mean. Just suddenly got really dark. But it's fine. Modern European, they don't have flat roofs, so look nice. Okay. Yeah, I mean, right now I can't add any more assets, any new assets, because I need to like restart the game. But I think I'm gonna detail this little, what is it called? The Thynola Church. So let's get some hedges to separate the properties here. I think we're gonna keep this as the property line. And we're gonna have a mixture of hedges and fences. You'll see. So fence. We're gonna have that. And that. And that. Now in front of the church, I guess we can just go bananas with the concrete. Like so. And maybe get rid of that. Something like that. Now, one thing that I haven't used in a while is the curbs from Mr. Royalty Lennon. Or King Leno. So we can have a couple of these here. And honestly, we just do that. Which is nice because it has like a nice curve to them. So I can lay this down like so, and then we can get into this mod and grab this little segment in the middle, get rid of it. And that's basically like a cut to enter the worship facilities. Let's get this node up a little bit more, or a little higher, I guess. Let's try to follow the contour of the road here. Actually, in this case, why don't we just go right in? So something like that. You know what would be cool if we had some kind of like tiles or something. We had cemeteries right next to our school. LOL. Yeah, I mean it's not that big of a deal. I think I'd rather. I guess we can have some like graveyards in the back. From like the priests or, you know, whatever. Or like some like VAPs. Just thinking like farmer's market, but that works out right. Yeah. A farmer's market could work actually. I wonder, yeah, this road is, everything is kind of like skewed, but I kind of like it being skewed like that. You know what? It's not a bad idea having a farmer's market here. Let's get some tiny trees first. So we have that, and I think we have, yeah, we have all kinds of farmers markets kind of things. Ooh, this is a large asset that I didn't even know I had. What is it called? Stall, perhaps? Yeah. First I want to get, so these are geese, okay. Oh, interesting. Because this is not super flat, it's gonna be a nightmare. Let's see. It doesn't necessarily have to be a farmer's market. It could be like a fair that's organized by the local church or something like that. I'm sorry, by the worship facilities. There's some like tables. I want like the oh, this is interesting. These are geese too. Okay, I thought these were vanilla from like the parks thing, but we can have a few of these. This not so much. I forgot the name of what I was looking for. The oh, these are like really cool actually. You know what? I kind of want to use these now. For some reason, the prop that I just placed down sort of disappeared. Okay, now it's back. Yeah, I guess you can have flowers for like the, you know, if you're visiting some of the dead people that are in the back. I love my choice of words is particularly not the most empathic to those who have passed away. Do not mind that. Nothing personal. It's just like being funny, because why? Like, you gotta keep making these streams entertaining, right? Just get a couple of benches here. This one will have to be erased. Maybe not as much, but just enough. I kind of want to add some like tiles or something. So let's, and I'm not finished by the way with that. I'm still like trying to figure out what the best way is, but I think I want to add some nice tile pattern. Oh, the problem is that this will like wrap over the curves. Dang. Do we want that? I don't think I want to bother with that. But I could just maybe add like a specific entrance just for the church. So here's a little trick. When you don't want to do something, you just fake it. I mean, when I don't want to go all the way with this idea. Just want to partially do it. So we have the tile there. We should probably like raise it down a touch so that it doesn't see fight. There we go. Well, kinda. There we go, fine. So now we get drains. And the drains allow us to transition between the two textures. So let's place one there and there. So now it looks like this was all planned like that. So you set some boundaries for your textures, basically, is what I'm doing. Like that. Maybe a fountain in the middle. Sure, yeah, we have like a tiny fountain. Like the vanilla fountain. Actually, this fountain could work much better. So we could add a few more of these stalls on this side. And also what I want to add is some, you guessed it, concrete expansion joints. So that way these lines sort of continue forward. So everything looks much more integrated. And this one I don't mind so much if it wraps around that. In this case, we might need a shorter one. Like this one. like that. So suddenly this looks pretty reasonable. So let's get a few more of these props rotated and maybe placed around here. Just rotate them slightly differently so they don't look exactly duplicates of themselves. And maybe we can have some picnic tables of some kind, or perhaps some of these that I wish that they didn't just clip to the bottom. Actually, I don't know about these. I was thinking like, oh, maybe they're having some kind of charity lunch or something like that, but these tables wouldn't, I don't know. Should be more like these tables, right? But they take up so much space that maybe not the best idea in the world. Let's just add a couple more of these in here. And that should be fine. Oh, also these are kind of clipping on the ground as well. So let's bring them up just a touch. There you go. All right, so let's add some more vegetation to the back areas here. So this is like a hedge there. Can have a tree in there just for good measure, and perhaps another tree there. Kind of like it. The drains ended up better than expected. Come on, you had so little faith in me. I've actually used this trick in other places too. Like for example here, let me show you. If I remember correctly, I think I added, see, we have the drains here to like sort of block the different sections. I guess I could have used the cobblestone in the church. It's a slightly nicer texture. Like I used it here I also as like a way of transitioning between textures. Did I use it anywhere else? I'm pretty sure I have, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, like on the main entrance. You can see the drains and the cobblestone. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Let's take a look at the bus lines real quick. See how they're doing. Where were we? This is the wrong menu. This is the right menu. Would you look at that? Now it's being used way more than the trams. Who would have thunk? See if I can actually show you the city in the back. So these are all the bus lines, some of which are obviously used way more than others, like this one is the least used because, well, this whole island is not yet fully developed. I think once we put the campus and all that, this line that sort of follows the river, I might just move it inland and have it go through this little neighborhood that we just worked on. Would make more sense because right now there's very little population on this side. Here's one of the buses, by the way, that just dropped off passengers. Here comes another one. Let's see if does he have any on board. Not really, I don't think. It's gonna stop there. By the way, the light post is like in the middle of the stop. See if we can get rid of that. Where's the segment to? It's kind of a funky stop, but it's there and it works. I doubt that many people are actually using this canal ferry stop. Eventually we're going to have maybe another one over this side, so there should be more usage on this part of the city. But again, this is the sleepy part of town. It's not meant to be like the most, you know, crazy thing, aside from our bus depot here. But I like it. I think this is coming out good. Coming up good, man. I can't even words anymore. Oh, you use expansion joints or things that are more used here in your town. I see. Gotcha. Yeah, the drains. I mean, obviously you can't just use drains everywhere. You kind of pick your battles, but in this case, I think it works just fine. All right, folks. I think I'm gonna wind things down because I've been streaming for over 3 hours now, and have a bunch of stuff to do. Here's what's gonna happen. Next weekend, right around the same time, I'm probably going to do another one of these Nydal live streams. We're probably going to continue working on this neighborhood. I really want to get this part done. And the weekend after, like I've been sort of teasing, there's going to be a single video of a new project that I'm going to be working on probably in the next couple of weeks, but it's going to come out in 2 weeks. And again, if you happen to, let me actually switch to the main camera. If you happen to be in Berlin 2 weekends from now, consider attending PDX Con, which here I'm going to put it up on the screen. A lot of us from the community are going to be there. Paradox kindly invited us to attend. So here it is. Here, let me make it big so you can actually see the dates and all that without breaking the site. Basically in 12 days. A lot of YouTubers, a lot of streamers, a lot of asset creators. Some of them are actually in the chat from what I've seen. I don't know if there still are, but it's going to be fun. And if you can't make it, that's totally fine too. We're probably going to be recording footage and posting it on our respective YouTube channels, streams, or whatever. But yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait to get back to Berlin. It's been almost 10 years since I've been to Berlin, and I'm excited about that. One last thing is there's merch like this shirt that I'm wearing right now. Let me stand up. I've been told that I don't promote this enough, so here it is, me promoting it. This is one of the new designs. Let me bring this into the screen right here. If you go to strictostro.com/store, you can get them. Here, let me quickly switch so you can see them. There's a whole bunch of designs, but these are the new ones. The interchanges shirt and the terraform. And I'm pretty excited with those two designs. The one I'm wearing right now obviously is the terraform one. And it comes in a whole bunch of colors and sizes, so pick your poison, I would say. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all for this stream. I'm kind of falling from this chair. There we go. If you enjoyed this video, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to give it a like and share it with anyone, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you're in Twitch right now, well, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you can make it next week. But that's all I have for you today. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next time.